Welcome to Monty B's Abnormal Remodeling Show. I'm your host, Monty B. And remember, we don't remodel homes, we remodel lives. Today is my first Hope Shot for 2019. This gentleman I'm about to introduce you to has been a hope shot to me before this time here. As you can hear, I got Queen, We Are the Champion in the background because this gentleman here is a champion in my eyes. This gentleman, he had almost 6 years clean and he chose to pick back up. He's coming up on, he has 30 something days clean. And prior to him using, every time I went back out and came back, he was there for me. And he always encouraged me to get back in the flock, to come on back home. He always gave me rides. I mean, he was real instrumental to where I'm at today. No more from me. I give y'all Al C. Al, what's up, champion?
What's happening? What's happening, Monty B?
Go ahead.
And I just want to say hello to everyone, and may God bless you today.
Thank you, Al. Al, I want to say thank you for doing this video.
Mm-hmm.
When I said that I wanted to impact people for 2019, especially with these Hope Shot videos, God said, ask Al. And I was like, man, Al, he ain't going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Al is not going to do that. God said, ask Al. And to my surprise, you was willing to do this, Al, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Al, everybody wants to know what happened, Al. See, y'all, Al is I didn't say was, he is very instrumental in our area here in Cincinnati, in the recovery community. And when Al went out, I was like floored. And so, Al, what happened?
I like to say that recovery and relapse, and we're talking about relapse. Relapse is not a requirement, but it is a reality. So that's for the newcomer, for anyone that's new in recovery. Relapse is not a requirement, meaning for me that you don't never have to use again for the rest of your life, one day at a time. But it is a reality. And what happened for me was some basic things. They say we relapse long before we pick up. So in saying that, there's some things that started to happen in my picking up before I picked up. And I started disconnecting. And you might hear that a lot in your meetings. But I started disconnecting from the people that were helping me stay clean. I disconnected from a program. And eventually I used. And when I used, it was based on a feeling.
Can you describe the feeling?
Well, the feeling was like overwhelming. Overwhelming. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I was overwhelmed with a lot of emotions that I wouldn't address.
Okay. Now, Al, why did you not put it on the floor? Why did you not take it to your sponsor?
Because I felt I could handle it.
Oh.
I thought or I felt that I had enough information to be able to do what I needed to do on my own. Realizing after the relapse that I couldn't do that by myself. Prayer is good, and saying you're going to talk to God is good, but a lot of times I would get in my head and just talk to me, and I would not listen to the things that were going on, and I would not listen to some of the things like go to a meeting, call someone. At that particular time, God was speaking to me of things that I could use, the tools that I could use to maybe get out of the situation or the feeling that I was in at the time.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Now, for me, when I was out there, after having some involvement with the fellowship, I would hear those cliches coming while I was getting high.
Right.
And I was like, I heard people talk about this, but I can't believe it's happened to me. Keep coming back. When you use, you lose. That used to resonate inside my spirit every time I was getting high. Did you experience any of those cliches kicking in?
Oh yeah, I experienced a lot of that, and a lot of times I would try to use again to try to get that type of stuff out of my mind, because I felt I had reached a point in my life that I could manage my using.
Why? Why did you think that you could manage your using?
You know, I got 36 days today, and
Congratulations.
I had close to 6 years during that time. And looking back and looking at my life today, 36 days is a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Close to 6 years is a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't enough. It's just not enough.
When you say it's not enough, what you mean?
You know, our life, you know, my life, it changes every day and situations keep coming. And, you know, we live one day at a time. So, you know, when things come up, man, you can't live off of the 36 days. I can't live off the 35 days. I only can live in what's going on right now at this moment.
Okay.
And you know, so what I'm saying is, you know, today I have to learn how to be comfortable with being clean.
All right.
And, you know, it showed me even at close to 6 years, it's still some more work that got to be done in being comfortable. This is a lifelong process. You only can do it one day at a time. And, you know, for me, just living in the moment, because I wasted a lot of time when I used. It took me 8 months to get this 36 days after using.
Okay.
And in between, my disease had progressed, and I did a lot of things that I said I wouldn't do.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
So with that being said, 36 days is a lot of time. One day is a lot of time for an addict. We're talking about addicts, people who use to live and live to use. And so one day is a lot of time, but it's not enough.
I got you. I got you.
It's not enough.
All right. Now, Al, the day, okay, you said you got 36 days today, right?
36.
37 days ago, when you got up from the table, what was going on in your spirit? Did you have any thoughts of what people was going to say about you when you came back in the rooms? What I'm trying to say, Al, there's somebody who's watching this video and they don't want to come back because of fear, what others are going to say to them. I say about them. Are they going to be, fear they're going to be talked about, shame, guilt, and remorse. How did you overcome shame, guilt, and remorse, or did you have any?
Yeah, I had shame, guilt, remorse. You know, I was beating myself up. What happened for me, and it's strange because I didn't have a resolution that, you know, I'm going to use this week, and then the next day when the time come, I'm going to go ahead and turn myself in to the program and get restored. Well, I had used on a Friday, December the 22nd, 2018. And I never went to sleep. And I woke up the next day to go to work. Well, I didn't never go to sleep. So I went on to work with no sleep. And I'm driving down the street and a message came in my head that meetings reduce the shock of change. And what had happened was I hadn't been going to meetings, and when I would go to a function or a meeting, I felt real uncomfortable. But this day, with less than 24 hours, that message came to my head, meetings reduce the shock of change. So I called some addicts to confirm that thought, and they said, yeah, meetings reduce the shock of change. And I called another addict to help me get there. So they came and we went to a meeting, and it was the first meeting from the time I used that I felt comfortable in. And I was able to sit in that meeting and hear the message of hope. So, it's something about this process that we can try and drive you to the water, or we can try to make you understand to get this thing, but it happened without my permission this time.
Okay.
And I took the chance and became willing and found out that it was where I belong.
All right.
And the process started.
Okay. All right.
I didn't want to come, but it was the actions of others that helped me get there.
Would you say the love of the fellowship?
The love of the fellowship. And so I feel, I had all that shame and guilt and remorse and was carrying it, but I didn't have to carry it alone. Because what I realized once I got to the meeting and sitting there, and I didn't even share that I had 24 hours, but the people welcomed me and gave me the spirit of hope. And it took off from there, that spirit of hope and love and welcome helped me to get this 36 days today.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, Al. Al, for someone who's watching this video right now, and like I said, shame, guilt, remorse has them stuck. What is one suggestion that you would tell them right now to do? Right now, at this very moment, after looking at this video, what would you tell them to do, Al?
The suggestion, the great suggestion that comes out of our program is get to a meeting. Get to a meeting and sit down and listen. And listen for things like get phone numbers. The phone numbers is a great tool. Get to the meetings, get phone numbers, share that you need some help and you want to stop, Then take the other suggestions, books, the literature that we read, the sponsor that's going to help you understand the literature. Continue to go to meetings, because anybody with 1 day to 30 days to 90 days, I know I'm in critical care. I'm going to say I'm in critical care. And so I got to have this medicine, and I got to have these tools to continue to fight the disease that plagues my life. And so I got to continue to reach out and stay connected with people that already live this life, living this life. So use these tools, stay connected, go to some meetings, and especially get some numbers and find some people that believe in you. You only need one, but it'll blossom from there, and that's what happened for me, and that's what continues to happen. I got a lot of people in my life that really cares about me. So just get to a meeting and try it. Just try it. Try it.
Thank you, Al. Thank you. And Al,
You're
you are
welcome.
truly a champion, man. Champions, man. We fall down, we dust ourselves off, and we get back in the game.
Get
And
back.
you got back in the game, Al. You a champ. To me, you are. To
Thank you.
me. So,
Thank you.
so fist bump, boom. To those out there, to that addict out there who's not sure if they want to get back, they want to get back, but shame, guilt, and remorse is keeping them from coming back. You just heard it from Al, the champion. You heard what he did? So please, please take a few suggestions. Get to a meeting, raise your hand, and say, I need help. That's what champions do. Be big today. Say later to the people, Al,
All right. Stay strong.
and stay connected.
That's right. That's